Oh, what's up, everybody? It is Monday. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's doing well. It's Boomer Tester here. Your favorite curmudgeon testing yapper. Maybe I should change my name to the test yapper instead. Yappy's the test yap. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be continuing the discussion on how to add AI to your tool chain, or how software testers can start with AI. We had this discussion started Wednesday of last week. That live stream is available on my YouTube page. You can go to youtube.com/@boomertester/streams. You can find the last two streams if you want to catch up to those. We're about halfway through this article. It's only taken us it's only taken 2 live streams to get halfway through this article. From former Google, former Microsoft testing guru. Currently, the main product they're working on is they are the CEO and founder of Testers.ai. I think formerly Checky, because you'll see him in this article, which was from November of last year, I believe. Mentioning Checky, but now really the main thrust of what he's doing is Testers.ai. Again, I won't go through the previous content in here. You really have to go watch those videos, 2 whole hours. Maybe I'll condense all this down into one video, but fortunately I didn't record any of it. So it's been polluted. It's been polluted by the background music. So it's really hard to cut those kind of videos, because then I don't have a clean just yap channel of just all my yapping, and then a separate channel for the music. Everything's down mixed into one channel, so it's really hard to edit a video like that. But who knows? And there may be I just may need to record a full-blown video. I still need to record a video about AI assisted code review. I just gotta sit down and do it. Just gotta do it. Do it now. Do it. But let's jump right in. Let's see. Here we go. Hopefully my screen tearing doesn't keep happening. This is zoomed in still. Sweet. It's already set and ready to go. So the next part, Jason's talking about that you can use AI, and we are going to do practical uses of this. We're actually going to try the things out that Jason suggests. I've done this before when I first read the article back in November, and was quite surprised, delighted by what I found, but also bothered, because I've been trying to resist. But trying to resist as a defense mechanism, as Jason actually mentions in the article, is just something that was like, no. I was like, the ubiquitousness of these tools, as I've said before, you kind of just have to embrace it. It's just a fact. Unfortunately, unless something else happens. If everything goes as we think it will go, it's going to continue to become more ubiquitous. So, test planning. Here's the next thing. AI can assist in creating or reviewing test plans and strategies. It very much so can, and it can give you a place to start. So he suggests taking a screenshot, capture the web page, or whatever you're working on, specifications, a basic description, any context related to what you want to test. Upload and prompt, share the details with AI, and ask simple questions like, can you create a test plan or test strategy for this application? AI will generate a structured and insightful plan to guide your testing efforts. Let's try it. Let's use ChatGPT. Oh my gosh, apparently I'm going to need ChatGPT to teach me how to spell. We're going to use Twitch again. We'll grab a fresh screenshot of Twitch. So I'm going to grab a screenshot here of Twitch. And we'll actually show it the address bar in case that's helpful. I think it's going to know that it's Twitch. Boom, we'll take a screenshot of Twitch. Boom. I have no idea what it looks like when I take a screenshot because my screen looks locked. I have no idea. What's on the carousel today? Oh my. I heard that sadly, a live stream, I don't think it was on Twitch, was permanently terminated on live stream, which is just kind of a crazy idea, but that's the world we live in. So we're gonna give it the screenshot as context. Yep, there's our screenshot. We'll grab that. I use screenshotting a lot, as you can tell. Screenshotting is like, the screenshot is life. It's like .md file. We'll steal Jason's prompt. As I've said before, I would keep a .md file or something of all the prompts you've used that have worked really well, or notes for yourself about what does or doesn't work with a particular model. Create a second brain for yourself, because it's gonna continue to be more and more important to keep track of what works and what doesn't. Being inquisitive with these tools and experimenting with them is going to be really important to your success here. And I just realized I did include a link you can see over in chat over here this way. If you want to read the article yourself or click any links or anything like that, you can go over here and follow the article yourself. It's jarbon.medium.com/AI quick start for testers, and then some sort of probably hash they use or ID for the articles. So we're querying ChatGPT. Can you create a test plan or test strategy for this application? I'm giving a screenshot. I can give it more context and see if that's helpful as well. Just in case this is helpful, we'll give it some context, additional context. Yeah, let's see what it does. Looks like, you know what, my window is a little goofed up here. Let me try to fix that really quick. Oh yeah, I see that. That's weird. Am I able to fix this? Am I able to do it live? I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, I think my mask over that is goofed up. I'll have to tinker with that later. See why that's goofy. That does make it more readable, I think, for y'all. So, all right. So, absolutely, certainly, there was some memes online about how ChatGPT was saying certainly after everything, like, certainly. And they post big giant blowed up pictures of Sam Altman's face. Below is a high-level test strategy and test plan for the publicly accessible Twitch.tv platform, based on its visible functionality in your screenshot and general understanding of live stream platforms. So it gives us this strategy. Twitch.tv test strategy and test plan objective to validate the functionality, performance, usability, and security of the Twitch.tv web application to ensure a seamless streaming, viewing, and interactive experience for users. Testing streaming is a really interesting idea, in the sense that now my QA brain is starting to like fire. The neurons are firing, thinking about having to test this platform's streaming capability. We always think about this from an end user. What about from a creator standpoint? Gosh, there's so much. In scope, homepage, navigation, live stream functionality. So it's giving us scope. Interesting that it has mobile app out of scope. Backend APIs out of scope. Internal broadcaster tools not accessible to public viewers. What does that mean necessarily? Internal broadcaster tools not accessible to public viewers. What's interesting? Test type and strategies. Functional testing. Yeah, it shows I can do those functional things. UI and UX, consistent layouts, dark mode behavior, navigation, accessibility, ad placement does not obstruct usability. Compatibility testing, so they're going to try all the browsers, but they're not going to try the mobile app. And then cross-platform, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Responsive design testing, view breakpoints, desktop, tablet, mobile, stream, and thumbnail grid responsiveness. Perf testing. Stream buffering time, playback performance under varying network conditions, concurrent viewer load, accessibility testing, keyboard navigation, tab order. That was one we talked about last stream. That was when we asked it to generate tests that even the best testers would miss. I think that was one they had brought up. ARIA tags for screen readers, color contrast for readability, security testing. Check if user data is sent over HTTPS. Session hijack prevention, rate limit, and CAPTCHA on login and sign up. I would be interested to find out what the testing is when it comes to how a session is given out, like through streaming. But I guess then you'd be testing RMTP at that point, wouldn't you? I don't know. And it gives us some sample test cases with priorities and type. It gave us some test environments, production, staging if accessible, safe regression, and exploratory tools. This is going to be interesting. So they suggest Cypress and Playwright, Lighthouse and Axe Core for accessibility audits, Browser Stack and Sauce Labs for cross-browser platform testing, JMeter and K6 for performance testing, Burp Suite, OWASP Zap for basic security scanning. Oh, there's some solid suggestions. Timeline explained, planning and testing, test execution, bug fix and regression, reporting, 1 day. Okay, so they're kind of giving a timeline for each part of this phase. They're giving rough buckets, which these aren't terrible buckets. Planning and test design, test execution, they're giving you essentially a work week. And then KPIs, those are important, unfortunately. 100% coverage of critical user flows. We need to define, how would you define what a critical user flow is? I think risk-based assessment is probably one way. Less than 2 seconds stream load time, 90% of the time. 0 critical UI bugs in production. Full WCAG 2.1 AA compliance. If you like this export as a as a .md, .md mentioned, or docx file, no thanks. I would rather have a .md file any day. Or want more detailed breakdown of any specific area, Cypress automation examples. Do I like this personality? Yeah, I think this personality is solid and hopeful. Seems like it so far. Am I not allowed to? Thanks for your feedback. You're clicking a couple times. Yeah, I mean, I'm down, and the answer was, this was a suitable answer. I gave it very little direction, just a test plan or a test strategy. And I told it where it was, and so it gave me, I think, a pretty solid way to start. You could plop this and down and really build upon it. So experienced testers might think the AI's test plans are superficial or too high level to be useful, but compare your current test plans with what the AI suggests. You might find you're missing a section. Yep. I don't often put KPIs, and I think I probably should. It's easy to miss those because they're just not the interesting part, but it's the important part to show what's the value of what you're doing and what's the progress of what you're doing, or how do you measure the progress of what you're doing. Compare your current test plans with the AI suggestions. Yep. Keep in mind AI responses are limited by the number of words it can return in a single response. Yeah, that's also one of the challenges. It's generally trained to be concise. However, turning its output into a deep and comprehensive test plan is simple. Just ask AI to elaborate and provide more details for each section individually. Yep. So you can see here he's prompting, can you elaborate on section UI UX testing? Ensures that Google search page is visually consistent, because he used Google in his case. We're using Twitch because we're on Twitch. And it gives us more information. And that's something you can get too. If you get something high level from like ChatGPT or any of the other generative AI models, ask it to expand. And you'll get more information. And you be the oracle as per usual, and continue to flesh out and grow and take what's good and take what's like, this isn't I don't feel like this is a good approach, or this doesn't fit how we do things here, or doesn't really fit our requirements, yada yada. You be the oracle and you figure this out. Manage the intelligence. I think that's my new catchphrase. Manage this. It's just another intelligence to manage. It's a different type of intelligence. Instead of typing in chat in Slack, you're typing in chat on ChatGPT, and you're managing a different intelligence. Because as a former QA manager, that's what you do. You manage intelligences. And you can keep getting even more details. Yep, can you elaborate on the visual appearance section? And it'll give you more. Simply stitch these subsections together. You'll likely have a more detailed and thorough test plan in just 15 minutes. Far better than what you might have today. I think I agree. There's a lot of rough test plans, and also deprecated test plans, because they tend to get left in the dust after they're written. If you already have an existing test plan, upload them to the AI and ask if anything's missing, or if it has suggestions for improvements. Yes, I've done this with .md files, and it's just shown me just general better formatting that taught me how to do certain things in .md format. I was like, oh gosh, I didn't realize I could do this. And then you could take that learning. You grow and you improve, just like having an employee that knows something, a certain topic better than you. It's the reason you hired them, right? It's the same thing. Like if I hired someone because they are way better than me at Playwright and TypeScript, and they show me something about playwright TypeScript, I'm going to grow in turn. As I empower and enable them to write TypeScript and get better at it and get better at playwright, I'm going to continue to learn things from them too as they grow. It's a beneficial relationship. So it's the same thing. Like, you're going to learn those things from the subject matter expert. Requirements and specifications. Some software testers feel blocked without formal requirements. If that's the case, follow the same process as above. Share any related documents, screenshots, or context you have, and ask the generative AI to reverse engineer a product specification or product requirements document. This can provide a solid starting point for your testing efforts. This does make me think this could be a slippery slope. This could be a slippery slope where, like, POs, PMs, BAs, like, there's like, oh, just go ask the AI. We'll let the AI tell us what the requirements are. Similar test plans. If you'd like any more detail in a subsection of the reverse engineered specification requirement, simply ask AI to expand on each. You can provide depth and clarity you need. So let's see his example. Create a product requirement doc based on the screenshot of the app. Here's a product requirement document based on the screenshot of the Google homepage with dark mode design. And it gives product requirements document, or a PRD, dark mode Google homepage, objective, design and implement a visually appealing dark mode for Google homepage while maintaining the simplicity, accessibility, and functionality of the current light mode. This next section is important. It is important. Let's give it some room here. Privacy and security. Concerns about using large language models and generative AI are understandable and very real, in my opinion, especially among testers. However, dismissing AI without thorough consideration may mean missing out on valuable tools. Can't agree more. Some testers privately admit to using LLMs despite corporate IT restrictions, though this approach isn't advisable. Agreed. Don't use any of these tools without the permission of your org. Be patient. Be patient, because you have opportunity to use it on your own. Create a side project, tinker with it, like I've been doing. You can take screenshots of publicly available pages and kind of toy around and see how you tune these different generative AI models, interact with them. How do you get the best results? Take notes. There's opportunity to grow and learn in these tools without using it in your day-to-day job. It's important to note that most cloud-based LLM providers, particularly those offering paid plans, have implemented strict data privacy measures. You typically do not use your data for training unless you explicitly permit it. Paid API versions generally ensure that your data remains excluded from their training datasets, as their business reputation depends on maintaining trust. While early implementations face challenges, the industry has rapidly evolved to meet enterprise standards, prioritizing data privacy and security. I kind of want more receipts on this, but the significant financial incentives and potential risks have driven providers to handle your data with utmost care. We can hope. I'm a natural-born pessimist that comes with the territory of being in software testing. There are many options for leveraging AI while addressing privacy and security concerns. Trust the AI companies. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Review the privacy and security policies of AI providers. Or ironically, you could ask ChatGPT to summarize the privacy and security policies of any provider, like feed it the link or the doc. Ask it if there's anything concerning. It sounds so messed up, but I think that's actually a good way to not have to read the whole thing. Just my 2 cents. For many, this is sufficient. However, note the U.S. federal regulations may require companies to retain data temporarily 90 days for potential government access. Criminals and highly sensitive operations could obviously avoid public cloud service. Yeah, okay. Jason's just like, my criminal follower base. It's time to commit some crimes, but I don't want to use generative AI just yet. But look at private clouds. Providers like Azure, Amazon, and Google Cloud offer both public and private corporate clouds to host LLMs. Private clouds function as isolated environments, either within public cloud data centers or on your own premises, ensuring exclusive access. These setups can meet even the strict security requirements of U.S. government spy agencies. Many large enterprises already have such configurations, but testers might not always be aware. Check with your IT development team for access. Self-hosting. That's what I do quite a bit, and I want to do more. I want to do más. For maximum privacy and security, you can run AI locally. It's worth shelling out what you might pay for a couple months of a service. You might be able to just pick up a GPU rated and graded for at least entry-level models and generative AI work. I was able to pick up one, I think, before things got too crazy, that runs a lot of stuff quite well, quite efficiently. It's actually on this computer that I'm streaming on right now. But yeah, you can self-host or self-run. Like I run Stable Diffusion. I want to do more experimenting with Ollama. Maybe we've got extra time today because I feel like we're getting towards the end of this article, which isn't a bad thing. I've been on it this is day 3 now. And there's a BDD video, which I don't think we'll have time. I think I might watch that and go through it Wednesday. But tools like Ollama, which is from Facebook, make it easy to host open source or public models directly on your machine. Just a few clicks and some storage space, you can run AI completely offline. Data never leaves your device, and it's free. Boop. Get up and running with large language models. Run peaky. Run DeepSeek R1, Gwen 3, Llama 3.3, Gwen 2.5 VL, Gemma 3, or is it Gemma? Yeah, it's probably Gemma. Gemma 3 and other models locally, available for macOS, Linux, and Windows. So yeah, this gives you an option. Run your own models. If you've got serious money to burn, you'll be able to run even more, but there are going to be limitations based on what kind of hardware you have. I think if I was to do some experimenting with this on stream, I would have to have a separate machine. I would have to have something that I stream on, and probably a separate machine I'm just running the models off of. That's something I'll have to experiment with in the future. Because even just running a VM and streaming was a little chuggy. It wasn't too bad. But I think it's to the point where likely I'll run the models and have a separate machine with a capture card and have to capture that machine. And I'm sure that's like what Kitboga does. Well, maybe he just runs VMs. I don't know. I don't know what Kitboga does. My guess is it's like separate stream machine, separate box with all his VMs, or maybe even he's got server racks to run all his VMs and VMware and stuff. Because I think that's mostly what he's doing, is running VMs. But definitely potential in the future. I just have to figure out logistics, get a capture card, and another machine just for streaming, and then one machine that just runs the models, which would be the machine I'm actually on at the moment. That is definitely an option. You can do self-hosting or run different apps and models yourself, like I ran testers.ai the other day on stream. Which, again, if you want to check that out, you can go right here. You can watch this video yourself. How long was that? Hour and 38. I mean, we could just shoot a full-blown YouTube video. I feel like there's so many of these live streams that could just turn into YouTube videos. Not by editing the VODs down, because I don't feel like I'm there yet. There's times I just forget to record. And then I like to have background music. Just because I feel like it makes things more chill, adds like a chill vibe. And so that kind of shoots me in the foot. I can't take a VOD and try to edit it down because his background music stutters and things like that as you chop the video up. So I need to just remember to record. And then cost. LLMs have dropped over 95% in the past 18 months. Many providers offer free or affordable options, including chatbots. Surprising to see professionals spend hours writing articles or books about AI while relying on free versions. While free versions are slightly behind paid options in terms of intelligence, speed, and features, they're often sufficient for most tasks. Yeah. However, for professional use, investing $30 a month in a paid plan to boost productivity is a small price to pay, and often well worth it. I can say if chip costs, like GPU and chip costs, don't get too crazy, I would still lean towards self-hosting. I think one thing maybe not mentioned here, again, that I've just sort of covered, is this idea that you're going to have to spend money to self-host. Because it says data never leaves your device and it's free. Well, you have to be able to run it. You have to have the hardware. and resources to run it. So that would be kind of the wrinkle. There's making sure you meet the requirements to run the models that you want to run to do the things you want to do. Just a few clicks and some storage space. I think you also need a GPU to run those models, but yeah, spending $30 a month in paid plan to boost your productivity, small price to pay, and often well worth it. And as ubiquitous as it's going to be, it's going to be very similar to how employers will pay for your IDE, and they'll expense like your cell phone so you're reachable, or give you a stipend. I think there's going to be like an AI stipend or something where it's like, here, you have a list of models that we allow you to use, or chatbots or whatever, and here's your stipend for it, or we pay for your subscription, log in, through whatever tool you use for multi-factor, and use your corporately provided generative AI agent. IP, digital rights, and ownership. This is an important one. Note that major LLM providers grant you ownership of their content, of the content their models generate based on your prompts. This policy aligns with their own self-interest, ensuring you don't need to worry about the code, text, or images being owned by someone else. You own the output. You might wonder whether the generated content, such as text or images, is derived from other people's work. Well, I think we know. I think we know that it has, because you have to train these models on existing content. The reason it knows how to write code is it's being trained on code. It's being trained on the data on the internet, on images and paintings and everything. Like most of human thought and creativity, LLM outputs build on the collective knowledge of humanity. They stand on the shoulders of giants. You could safely assume these models have ingested vast amounts of information from books, websites, songs, and other media. That said, you shouldn't worry about using the content generated by the LLM. Companies behind these tools, supported by their legal teams and substantial resources, protect users from lawsuits related to generated text, images, or sounds. That may change as time goes on. I think things could get trickier the better that the generative AI models get. I think this will become a trickier topic, especially with the latest video generation. But to be fair, these things are developing rapidly. The whole topic and the field develops rapidly, and this was back in November, and now we're in June. So things have changed a bit since then. I'm not going to fault Jason here for not being a fortune teller. Real protection lies in the transformative nature of the output. The AI modifies, interprets the information it processes, creating a derivative works. Just as Google is legally allowed to display snippets of websites and search results, where artists can be inspired by other techniques, AI is within its rights to generate derivative content. Concerns and problems. If you're waiting for AI to be perfect, you're going to miss the train. Agreed. Remember, humans are far from perfect too. If you're waiting for AI to be perfectly consistent or repeatable, consider this. Humans, including testers, are not perfectly consistent or repeatable either, especially when multiple testers are working on the same task or running the same test case. Don't let this hold you back. In fact, this verification can actually be valuable if you're clever enough to capture its benefits. I would agree. And then he's got a link here to Checky, which I think redirects you to testers now, if I'm not mistaken. Boop. Yeah, Checky A is now testers.ai. And then I think it's just going to eventually, it's going to do a redirect. It's going to go to testers.ai. Fast and efficient test coverage. And these are testing agents you can run yourself. You will have to fill out, I believe, a Google contact form. So there's going to be a sign up there, good old fashioned, because like anything, if you give away something for free, and this isn't a criticism, this is just how the world works. If you give away something for free that's this good, then there's going to be some sort of lead collecting sales funnel. They have full service testing, but Iceberg QA experts handle everything. Let's click through. I'm gonna check this out. The light mode. Who is Iceberg QA? Is this another one of Jason's companies? I swear, this guy, it's cool. Again, yeah, it looks very It looks very similar to his Testers AI page. It's a little sus. I'm not criticizing. I just, heck, what am I doing? I'm live streaming to presumably no one, talking about testing, so I can't throw a stone. So Iceberg QA, this is interesting. Why choose Iceberg QA? Our AI-powered testing platform delivers unmatched speed, coverage, and cost efficiency. Achieve 85% test coverage in days, not weeks. Our AI accelerates the entire testing process while maintaining quality, half the cost. Reduce testing costs by 50% through intelligent automation and optimized resource allocation. Expert review, where testing experts review all AI-generated work, ensuring accuracy and catching edge cases that automation might miss. Testing process combines fast AI testing with expert human insight for maximum quality. Interesting here. Unique 4-phase test shot process. Sub-zero, fully automated AI tests, 700 plus built-in checks, wide fast coverage, zero shot. Human experts review AI results, identify deeper testing needs. 1 shot. Experts dig into AI missed issues. Deep exploration. 2 shot. Final expert review edge case coverage. Add additional tests and user personas. Blending AI speed and expert insight for higher quality tests. Kind of the ideal, isn't it? Or the ideal situation or the dream. Say goodbye to flaky tests. Verify chat with Gemini link navigates to the correct page. Okay, so they're showing an example here. So that's the checky. We've run checky. So I'm guessing this is just they run and manage testers.ai for you. I'm really curious. So XBOsoft, we're like going down the rabbit hole here. It's a software quality improvement. I'm not familiar with these folks. Testing, consulting, careers. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to finally click through there. But you can run testers.ai yourself if you're on the supported platforms, which, in my opinion, I would put, because let's see, where is it? Here we go. Testers.ai supports Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, with a caveat or a wrinkle there that I was not able to get it to run on Pop OS. I had to run it on a very specific version of Ubuntu. Yeah, so you can try testers.ai yourself. I tried it, or you can go watch that live stream. I don't know if that actually saves you any time. Maybe in the sense that you could avoid, you could avoid some of the pitfalls that I ran into. So yeah, this is Jason's article. I would check it out if you're interested. Go check it out as well. Yeah, so that's all I had planned for today. I've got time left. I've got like a half hour. What can we do? What can we do with the half hour? There is one thing I wanted to do, but I have to go change all my stuff. Is I want to do the. Oh, I'm not in my main browser here. Let's get a window open. So we can we'll close all that stuff out. We don't need it. We don't need it. Do that. There we go. Let's see. Is it game dev? Did I have this link twice? Interesting. Oh, the challenge. I actually got the challenge here. So one thing I've been interested in doing is the 20 game challenge. And this is just, I have an interest in game development, and I've been wanting to have some sort of forcing function to get myself working on it, because I have game ideas, and I started to work on a game, and I just realized I was missing some of the fundamentals of game development. So Adam Learns Live, he suggested this challenge. I was gonna see if Jason's not live right now, but yeah, so he suggested the 20 game challenge, And I'd have to go change all my stuff when I was gonna leave. Who cares? Who cares? We'll do it live. But yeah, first thing I want to work on actually is Flappy Bird. I'm going to use Godot in GD script only because I don't want to have to tinker with .NET on a Linux machine. Not that it's especially prohibitive or difficult. I just want to keep things generally as simple as I can when it comes to tinkering with game development. Let's see here. I'm just trying to get my stuff back up. I goofed everything up. I goofed it all up by touching that. Let me see. Get that back. I'm just trying to get all my stuff back here. There we go. Everything's set back up. I need to investigate a better way to do chat too, because I use Streamlabs to create a unified chat, but I can't interact with that unified chat. So I have to keep the other chat windows open from Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. And I mean, it's rare I have to interact with it. It's just nice to know I can. And if someone comes on that's a goblin and wants to be funny. But yeah, Flappy Bird, mobile game for 2013, sleeper hit. That's what I'm going to work on. Pong would be interesting, but I think Flappy Bird would be more interesting to me. We're going to use Godot, going to use GD script. I mean, with the time, I could get started today. I just have to go change all my titles, which is a pain in the keister. Yeah, we could get started. We could get started with it. Create a game world with a floor, add an object that represents the main character. I mean, do I have time? I mean, why don't I just go do the work of changing my titles? Oh gosh. Oh gosh, everything's ruined. Here, we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll pop over this one so you can see my ugly face. Because it's quite. I have a feeling I'm streaming to myself, which is sometimes just part of live streaming. Is you stream alone in the darkness, screaming into the void. No one is there to hear you scream. So I'll go change this really quick. Again, maybe I'll take this stream and edit down those streams and edit them down. But man, having the background music is just kind of a Let's see, what do we want to call this game too? Because I wanted to do something with like I think I want to do something with like the Primogen. I was thinking like Flappy Bird. What's a good so I'm trying to change my titles here. What's a good name for Flappy Bird? Like the Flappigen? That sounds really horrible. I don't know, it doesn't sound too far. The Flappyigen. The Flappyigen bird. And just like have Primogen's face eating up Vim or something. I don't know. Look, we'll just say Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird clone. Okay. I swear I'm dead. This is what we'll probably work on for a few days. At least until I get this one done. This is probably what I'll get started with. Okay. I'm doing stuff, I swear. I'm doing things. Game development. There we go. You know, we'll just say. Yeah, do that. Boom. Save. Title changed of one stream. We'll slowly. Again, I feel like there's a better way to do this. I feel like there's a way better way to do this. Luckily, it's one category on Twitch. We'll go here onto YouTube. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's see. Do they have a category for it? Is it more science and technology? Comedy, education, entertainment, film, gaming, how-to, and style music. I guess science and technology still works. Science and technology. We'll drop the link in here. We'll get started. I think I've got everyone changed over. Yeah. Flappy Bird. So I think it's gonna be the Flappy Pigeon. The Flappy Pigeon. The Flappy. Yeah, Flappy Pigeon. Flat, as long as it's flap. I don't want to leave the L out. Things could get really So, yeah, this is probably what I'll work on. I'll probably work on for the next 20 minutes. So what we're going to want to do is, first we're going to create our project. So we're going to want to get, we want to get Godot working. I think I just run that. Let's see if it'll let me run it from here. There we go. Godot. Maybe we'll use our to cut out some of the stuff here. Give us some clean room. We're gonna need a browser as well. I think this will be sufficient. We're gonna create a new project. Flap. Pigeon. There we go. The Flappy Pigeon. Version control metadata. Do we have to include that? Because I am going to put in version control, but supports desktop platforms only. Advanced 3D graphics available. We don't need 3D graphics. I'd say we want it like the most compatible as possible. I think what we want. Supports desktop, mobile, and web. Because yeah, we'll want to drop this on the web. Because no real person is going to enjoy this game. Intended for low-end, older devices, uses OpenGL3, fastest rendering of simple scenes. Exactly. This is what we need. We need this to run everywhere, so we could dump it on some poor sap. The Flappy Pigeon. And I'm pretty stinking green in Godot GD script, so this will be interesting. Okay. So we've got kind of this, here, we're definitely doing 2D. we're not going to try to do a 3D game. There's no way. There's no way, man. Let's go to our design doc again. We could zoom in so it's not text for ants, so y'all can actually see it. But make sure y'all can actually read. So yeah, extremely simple, designed to mimic the feeling of bouncing. Any of you played Flappy Bird? Hopefully, I mean, if you haven't played Flappy Bird, we've got some problems. So yeah, the idea that, as you click, it's kind of like there's this constant gravity. We'll restart that. There's constant gravity on the object, the game object, or whatever you call it, and you're trying to collect points by, oh gosh, going through. So this is where we're gonna have I'm trying to think what the pipes are gonna be for a Flappy Pigeon. We're definitely have Prime's face, so we need to go find a good picture of Prime's face to use as an icon. The background, we could be going through an editor maybe or something. I don't want to overcomplicate this. And I don't know what the pipes are going to be just yet. He's either going to collect Vims or he could collect exercise balls, but those could be too generic. But we could just find a good graphic of of an exercise ball, because what I want as we go through these, you can miss a point if you don't, or interstitially, as you go through each of these, there's also going to be an exercise ball you have to grab. Is what we're going to do. If I don't lose my voice. I only lose my voice on stream, maybe because I yap. The Flappy engine. So yeah, I think that's kind of the rough idea. We're going to have Prime's face. Maybe we're going through a code editor in some way. There's like code or something, or a Vim screen behind us. We're collecting exercise balls. Apparently I'm not very good at Flappy Bird. We're going to need this constant force. We're going to need collision detection. We're going to need to know when this object, the player's object, interacts with either the things that it hits or the things that it collects. That's what I'm thinking again. Exercise balls, maybe? Oh gosh, I'm bad at this. And I'm thinking, well, first we're just going to want to get these objects to come across and be barriers. So yeah, we're going to need a game world with a floor. Add an object that represents the main character. Apply constant force to the character so it falls to the floor. Add obstacles on the right of the game area. The obstacles should slide across the screen toward the left. Obstacles will appear in pairs with a vertical gap between them. I also, additionally, I'm trying to remember, I wanted to explore testing in Godot. Let's see, Godot unit testing. Was it Gut? Was that the one? Is widely recommended. Gut allows you to run tests easily through Godot editor. Man. Only when I'm streaming my voice starts to go. So I did want to experiment with Gut. I wanted to have a wrinkle of testing here. Since I am Boomer Tester, I think there should be testing. Yeah, this coffee's just not hot enough to clear the crud. So we are going to experiment with Godot with Godot. Because I think Gut is just Godot unit testing. I want to experiment with it. So this will be our chance to play with Gut as well. Okay. Yeah, so we need to detect when the character collides with floors or obstacles, reset the game when a collision occurs, accumulate. So maybe we should start simple instead of having something to collect. Maybe that'll be a stretch goal. Add some sounds that will play each time the player gains a point, and when the player loses. Add a basic game over screen. So there's some stretch goals there too. Track the high score between sessions. Yep, and display a high score alongside current. Add some background art. Try layering the background and scrolling at a different rate for the foreground obstacles. This is called parallax scrolling. Oh man. Game page. Where does this take us? Oh, it just takes us back here. Interesting. Okay. So now we need to figure out, being completely new to Godot, we need a game object, which I guess we've got this icon SVG we could use for now, but I think we need a clean. I don't know how to make an SVG. So this could be this is our first step. Our first step is to make an SVG if we can, of Prime's face. So, very creepily, we need to go find a good picture of the Primeagen. This is face. Let's find a good picture of Prime's face. And a man with a tattoo on his face being held by a woman with long hair. Interesting. I mean, this might work. No, we need him to stand still. We can't have GIFs. So maybe just look at Primeagen. This might work. I mean, yeah. I think we could run this and clean it up, but now I need to figure out how am I going to create an SVG of this? Because this is what I need. This is what I need. Okay. So we need to dig down into the guts of the page. Here we go. So it's a WebP. Okay, so we're gonna need to do. Let's go back. We're gonna have to do some goofy things to get this possibly. Where was that? That was perfect though. Oh gosh. What's going on? Is it because of the zoom? Like, what is going on with this? Let me bounce those results. Here. I don't know what's going on there. If I click download, what does it do? It's still a WebP. Okay. We can screenshot it. Yeah. Could I just save it as a PNG? What happens? I feel like I'm dumb. Well, I am dumb. Yeah, we'll save this. See what it gives us. Yeah, it's probably like corrupted. Meh. I mean, we could just grab a screenshot. Well, I wish I could just view that, because if I could just view it, we'll go back and we'll close these. Yeah, for some reason that really makes Brave or something really cranky. All right, yeah, let's we're gonna screenshot this. Just make my life samples. Screenshot, and we really just need his head, and we're gonna clean that up. Boop. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to make SVGs. This is additional learning experience. I'm assuming SVGs are gonna be the best format rather than PNGs, but we might as well make this good. Okay, screenshot that. We're gonna bring that into GIMP. Well, no, we need to find out. Because I don't know. I don't know how. Oh no, not the images. Free SVG, create online, draw, edit, and export SVG easily. We might cheese it like that. No credit card required. Shred. So should we? We'll fire up GIMP. Fire up GIMP. We'll open up our picture screenshot prime. Where did that go? Probably pictures, screenshots. All right, because we'll make at least a transparent PNG first. We gotta make sure there's transparency in this layer. Already is an alpha channel, which I believe. So we'll bring that threshold down. We may have to do some of this by hand because the image isn't exactly pristine. Oh man, alpha male channel. What's up, Onion? The alpha male. I'm working on the 20 games challenge today. Taking a little, like, we finished the article about testing, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just work. I've been wanting to work on the game challenge, so now I'm just trying to get a clean, somewhat clean shot. We're gonna do the first game is a Flappy Bird clone, but we're gonna do the Flappy engine. About to boot up my new PC for the first time. Nice. If you want, put the specs in the chat. I want those tasty specs. I want to hear about them. And you missed the .md files were mentioned again. You missed the mentioning. It's like, oh, MD. sweet MD. I'm wondering if I should use the lasso tool instead. This doesn't need to be perfect. I don't want to obsess over this too much. You're saying that to an OCD person, but specs sound so weird because it's my first. Yes, AMD. Good. Welcome to the dark side. This doesn't need to be perfect. This just needs to be good enough. Because we're going to create an SVG of Prime's head. Yep. There we go. Look like this. Oh, his jawline. Look at that jawline, chat. I wish he was my dad. Father. Alright, we'll go like that. Delete. Yeah, GE. I mean, if I could obsess over this, it's going to be sufficient. Now, do we just want a floating head, though? I think we this seems like something like some sort of creepy stalker would do. Let's just let's see, do the jawline like this, okay. Yes. Ryzen 5 3500X. Here, so people don't think I'm insane. Ryzen 5 3500X RX 6600, 32 gigabytes RAM at 3200. Very nice. Oh wait, don't do that. Don't do that, me. I just about ended my stream. Here we go. There we go. Now we're getting serious. This is gonna be our Flappy Gen graphic. So we need to save this. Then we're gonna try to make an SVG of this. But that system sounds sick. I'm trying to remember what I'm even on. I think you are vastly far ahead of me. Let me see here. What am I on? I'm on a Ryzen 7 3700X. Not to humble brag. I'm also at 32 gigs. GPU. Zabadoo. I'm on the GeForce 3050 RTX, the Ventus. I decided to go. So I used to have an AMD here. I used to have an AMD GPU. And then I switched to this because I've been doing machine learning, generative AI stuff, and I was able to get a good deal on this guy. But this is beastly. This is what I'm trying to remember all the specs on this. It's the overclocked edition. 8 gigabytes of GDDR6, 128-bit memory bus. It's got DisplayPort, HDMI. I think the DisplayPort was a big thing for me because of Mac. I wanted to get an RTX, but secondhand market said no. Yeah, there's... and you don't know. You honestly don't know if someone's been like doing some hardcore mining on it. Like, that's where things can get really tricky. Is like, has someone mined all the value out of this by like doing some sort of mining? I guess I can try AI on AMD is also. That was actually one of the reasons I switched back to NVIDIA. Unfortunately, is I had a lot of problems running AMD, running generative AI on AMD. But it may have changed since then. It was a little while ago, and I was running into a lot of problems. It was very frustrating to me. But I'm hoping you don't run into the problems I ran into. Is this already a Punja? We'll do save as or export as. Flappy Gen. We'll put that under developer. Super important developer resource. Is our flappyagent.png. I don't know why I always want to sound like Jesse Ventura. I live in the Baja. I live in the Baja now. Live in the Baja. So supposedly we can create SVGs for free. We'll see what happens. No credit card needed. Can we just sign in with Google? All my many names. Sure. That's fine. New project. Please don't put like, well, I guess it doesn't matter. We'll upload a file. We'll grab our, go to developers. We'll grab our Flappygen image. Yes. Google Beats. No thanks. Well, I don't want to do a tour. I just want to turn this image into an SVG. Please don't make this more than it has to be. Please. Yeah, I didn't mean to like humble brag on my GPU or my CPU, because that is a fine. The 3500X, the Ryzen 5 3500X is going to get you. It's going to get you there. Don't worry. I just decided to go extreme with mine. Wait, so I don't want to create a GIF. I want to create an SVG. So what the flip's happening now? I don't want this to be animated. Isn't an SVG just like... tried out cool AI tool today called Anything LLM. Really? Gonna Google it. All-in-one application for anyone. Everything great about AI in one desktop application, chat with docs, use AI agents, and more fully, locally, and offline. How much money does it cost? Download for desktop. Leverage powerful AI tooling with no setup. Supports custom models. Use every type of document. Full privacy. Tons of features built in. Open source MIT. Nice. Nice, nice. Local, private, and powerful. So when they say desktop, who do you support for desktop? Of course they have a team-wide solution. I wouldn't blame them. This is interesting. What are they going to give me for Linux? An installer script? Now I'm off the rails. I'm supposed to be. Okay. So I'm going to grab an installer from their anything LLM. Supply a symlink. Script will unpack the app in home, anything LLM desktop. You can start the app anytime by running. This is really interesting. Thank you for sharing this, because I'm going to definitely tinker with this. Let me bookmark it, because I will forget. Machine learning. Connected to it and to our own Olama instance. Nice. Gave it a Postgres vector database, and that was it. Nice. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to tinker with this then. Because I was literally reading my mind. I was just talking about Olama a second ago. Vector database was also built in, but I like Postgres. Okay, yeah. I mean, pick your poison there when it comes to relational databases. Well, it's a vector database, sorry, but yeah. I'm not. Postgres makes sense to me. It's very common. So this must be for machine. Is this for machine learning then, or data research of some kind, or data engineering? If we're using a vector database, I'm probably asking a very stupid question. Well, this sounds like data engineering or development of some kind if you're using a vector database. This is cool though. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to tinker with this later too. So my understanding is SVGs weren't animated. Am I just dumb? Because an SVG is just like, I thought it was a file that you could stretch and stuff. This almost looks like it's trying to get me to make a GIF. I don't want to make a GIF. I want to make... Do we just do export? What does it do? I just want an SVG, bro. Yeah, I don't... Responsive, static... Canvas color. Well, no canvas color. Like, I don't care. Alright, I guess we'll see. We'll see if this becomes useful to us. We'll put it in developer as well. Okay. Supposedly we have a SVG of the Flappy Gin. I believe this would be a new resource. Oh gosh. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so clear I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm actually running out of time, so this was perfect. You could drop files and ask your AI of choice to tell you about the files. There's a UI for making agents so you can automate scraping and actions based on results. What I'm most interested in has SQL connectivity, so you can ask like summary of my database data if it finds correlations or whatever. I just love data. So you're just doing this. I just love data. There's nothing wrong with loving data. I mean, I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with data as someone who generally tests applications and systems for risk, and data tends to be the biggest sticking point. I have a pretty tried and tested strategy for managing data for testing. It's my secret sauce, but it really comes down to creating a you have a database of some kind. It could be like a MongoDB or something that just has test data in it, and then you have flags for clean or dirty. Okay, and that can correlate to real data in the system, but it's just data in that it's just the data that you need in regards to testing, as in you're not querying a real database, you're querying like a test database. After feeding it the first style today, I checked the Postgres and does what does its data look like? Well, it's just a vector. I honestly don't know what I was expecting. Yeah. So yeah, sadly I'm out of time for the Flappy Gin. I guess I'll save all scenes, see what happens. I need to be smart enough to figure out how to do a new resource. I'm thinking new resource. Or do I have to drop it? Let's try one thing really quick. Let's just try to old-fashioned way. The way we used to do it back in the early 2000s. We're just gonna drag and drop the Primogen SVG into there and see. Oh gosh, I've got so many windows open. If we can get it in our project. What happens here? There, yeah, let the app be smarter than you. So we've got our Flappyogen SVG, because I believe that's the format we want it, because then it can be like morphed, we can do stuff, we can apply weight. So next time we're going to want the Flappyogen to show up here. I believe this is the viewport for our game, because we can have objects move into it, and that's what we're going to do. Likely we're going to have whatever we decide our columns or pipes are going to be. As those pipes come through, we're probably just going to send them back, I'm guessing, and have that pipe come again at a different, they're going to be at different shapes. And I'm thinking the first few are going to be really wide and easy to get through, and then slowly restrict to make it harder, and maybe become faster. I don't know. We don't want to get ahead. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But yeah, this is probably when I'm not doing testing stuff here. This is probably what I'm gonna be doing, is working on the Flappyogen 20 games challenge. But it's good seeing you, Onion. Unfortunately, I gotta run. The Primogen head trying to avoid hot takes. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what those columns could be. That's where it's like, that's where I'm gonna have to do some brainstorming. You too. I appreciate seeing you for a bit. Yeah, I gotta figure out what the columns are gonna be. I wanted to have like collectibles too eventually. Like you get through the pipes essentially, because like Flappy Bird, there's gonna be pipes, and then maybe in between a pipe you grab something. I was just thinking about putting an exercise ball, and then the background would just look like a Vim editor, I think. JSON pipes or JavaScript. Yeah, trying to figure out how to represent that as a pipe though. Well, yeah, it could just literally be pipes in JSON. You're right. You're brilliant. Yeah, it could just be like literal pipes from... Because if it looks like an editor anyways, I don't know. Basics, there's just going to have to be something there for now, like a placeholder, Prime's head. There's going to be... I need to learn how to apply a force to make it always want to fall. There needs to be a floor that's going to move. So yeah, I'm going to have to... This is not going to be as simple as I thought. But it's okay. That's why it's a game challenge. Because I'm going to learn how to be a game developer. Or try at least, because this has always interested me. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out how to get it on the page, or get it on the, not a page, the game, the play space. Get it to the, you go learn. You go learn today, boy. No, it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I have no idea what I'm going to do Wednesday. Maybe just keep working on this for a bit. I think that's what we'll do. We'll get back and we'll brainstorm pipes. I could just steal a Mario pipe. I don't know. I'm like... Because I do like the idea of it being like code. So maybe like JSON pipes. They're not going to just show me a picture of a JSON pipe. I was just thinking like pipes like as in code, like just like that. I don't know. It could, that's the thing too, we could go like ASCII. We could just make everything look like it's ASCII code. I don't know. Image of JSON pipes. No. think I'm asking too much. Yeah, because it's going to just show me pipes. Everything is AI now. This is just AI generated trash is what it looks like to me. Gah. Laying some pipe. This is gonna be hard. Because the original Flappy Bird just uses Mario pipes. Everything MAI now. Everything. Look at this AI trash. I'm sorry. Yeah, we need something. We need something to act as these pipes. It's gonna be the same premise. It's gonna be Primogen's head. And the head's probably gonna look up. Like, we'll try to get some basic head bobbing physics going like that. Leaderboard, are you kidding me? I can barely play this game. And I kind of want to make my most sissified version in the sense that first pipe's gonna be really wide. Like, there's gonna be so much space there. I want to slowly and then having collectibles makes it feel a little bit less about trying to get through the pipes and more about grabbing the exercise balls as you're bouncing Prime's head here. Yeah, I do like the physics are quite good. Like, it's Flappy Bird, but the fact that like here there's definitely a force applied and it dives. I want to have like a nice applied gravity or force to it that wow, you can just go over the pipe? I didn't know that. What? It's like some sort of hack. Well, you just die instantly. So that's one thing. There needs to be bounds. Like, you need to bounce off that ceiling, I think. So we shouldn't allow the user to go exceed this ceiling, in my opinion. The player. So I'm going to want to make sure that they can't go beyond that. I don't know if it matters that much, because once you get past this part, it's probably like an oversight, but the tester in me made me want to like go up there. But anyways, I'm digressing. I'm deeply digressing here. You know, have a good day. I will be back on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can Google what that is, UTC or your own time, but appreciate you. Have a great day. I will be back on Wednesday. Bye.